IG Defense Briefing. Rebranded and reinvigorated. Fire for fire. IG Defense Briefing. Rebranded and reinvigorated. Fire for fire. IG Defense Briefing. Rebranded and reinvigorated. Fire for fire. IG Defense Briefing. Rebranded and reinvigorated. Fire for fire. IG Defense Briefing. Rebranded and reinvigorated. Fire for fire.
This is Marine Corps Boot Camp in Parris Island, South Carolina. Before they become United States Marines, all recruits have to graduate from the Marine Corps' 13-week basic training program, which tests them physically and psychologically.
No one feels sorry for you!
It's a pressure cooker for 12 weeks. Under the pressure of an intimidating drill instructor, someone that's putting you under the scrutiny of attention to detail every single day, and to a certain degree, everything you do is never going to be good enough.
Everything at boot camp sucks. It's gonna hurt, it's gonna be painful, but it's only gonna hurt more if you look at it that way.
Around!
It's boot camp, and it's supposed to prepare you for the challenges that lie beyond.
Wow.
Hey!
We spent 5 days at Parris Island, where we saw different companies at various stages of training.
You will not run, you will walk. Get on the yellow footprints right now. Aye, sir! You will do what you're told to do, when you're told to do it, and without question. Do you understand? Yes, sir!
On day 1 of boot camp, new recruits arrive at the receiving barracks, where they take their first steps toward becoming Marines by walking through these silver hatches, symbolizing the threshold between the outside world and Parris Island.
You walk through these silver hatches once and never again. Do you understand? Aye, sir!
Inside, recruits are processed and assigned to their platoons.
Put it up! Yes, ma'am! I know you were told us to come with your hands down! Put it up in a bun, bun. I'm out!
After graduation, Marines commit to a minimum of 4 years of service. Upon entering the Corps, an entry-level private will earn around $20,000 a year.
Yes, sir.
Recruits are required to make a phone call to a family member or their recruiter to let them know they've arrived.
This is Recruit Hatcher. I've arrived safely at Paris Island. Please do not send any food or bulky items.
They're only allowed to read the script printed for them inside the phone bank.
I will contact you in 7 to 9 days by letter with my new address. Thank you for your support. Goodbye for now.
Yes, sir.
Get in the class. Hey, sir.
Recruits are given 3 chances to get someone on the line.
Sir, my recruit is not answering, sir.
Call him again.
Not every recruit is able to make a connection.
If there's no answer, hang it up and close it.
Aye, sir.
But they won't have long to dwell on it. The Marine Corps Recruit Depot in Paris Island sits on 8,000 acres of the South Carolina Low Country. It's one of 2 enlisted recruit depots in the United States. The other is in San Diego, where only male recruits are trained. Around 20,000 recruits graduate from Paris Island every year before joining the more than 180,000 Marines actively serving today.
We take young men and women from all walks of life, all cultures. Maybe they were rich, maybe they were poor. They've got different religious backgrounds. They are the melting pot of America. And they come here with one common goal, and that's to be a United States Marine.
Paris Island, South Carolina. Here, everyday Americans become Marines, the toughest fighting men in the world.
Male recruits have been trained at Paris Island since 1915. Female recruits began to train there in 1949. Today, females comprise under 25% of recruits at Paris Island, and approximately 8% of the United States Marine Corps, the lowest percentage of any United States military branch. A recruit's day begins before the sun comes up. Their typical wake-up call is 0400 or 4 a.m.
Let's go!
Recruits endure an intense series of physical challenges.
4-3. Am I hearing that right? 4-3.
Yes, sir.
Fail.
Some recruits arrive in better shape than others.
Some never did anything more than sit on a couch, as a couch potato. And some may have been collegiate athletes. So there's a vast spread of what their athletic fitness and ability is.
Aye, sir.
Much of their training happens here, in Leatherneck Square, where a series of intimidating obstacles comprise the confidence course.
Nope, just grab your canteens and go. You failed this event.
May this have one more try, sir.
What did I just say?
Aye, sir.
What did I just say?
Aye, sir.
Go!
Aye, sir. Aye, sir. Come on, sir.
The training program is progressive in nature. It starts out in a crawl, walk, run approach throughout training. 99.9% of those that get here can complete all those requirements at the end of training, regardless of how they started.
Hey, son, just slipping, please. Please help. I don't want to do this. I don't. No, I'm not. Please.
Any recruit with a fear of heights gets the chance to conquer that fear, courtesy of this 47-foot-tall tower. Recruits must rappel down using 2 different methods.
For me, the rappel tower was hard because I sort of had a fear of heights.
Grab below my right hand with your right hand.
You have to trust the rope. So there's nothing to be worried about. You'll be safe all the time.
Can you please help me? I'm trying to help you, son. I don't want to go down.
Recruits with a phobia of heights have little choice but to face their fear.
Once you meet with a TurboTax expert who will do your taxes for you, you're free to do not taxes.
An unforgettable night out. Visit medievaltimes.com.
One of the most dreaded parts of training is the gas chamber.
Crush, 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 crush.
Where recruits are exposed to CS gas, more commonly known as tear gas. Once the recruits enter the chamber, they break the seals of their gas masks.
You go in, you feel it, instantly hit your skin, you just feel burning.
Say something to me now!
Feels like those few minutes felt like an hour.
After around 5 minutes, the recruits are free. But the pain endures.
Definitely you thank God for fresh air. It's really nice to be able to breathe in and not feel an instant burning sensation.
Gas chamber is important because it builds confidence. Confidence in the gear, confidence in the drill instructors, and then confidence in themselves.
Now, start walking!
Recruits are trained in different styles of hand-to-hand combat.
First thing we want to see is that straight thrust, you understand? Yes, sir. Bust thrust, come on, sir. Aye, sir.
A key aspect of their martial arts training is fighting with pugil sticks.
You killed that opponent, you're
The pugil stick techniques are intended to mirror those used in combat while using a bayonet.
Here in the Marine Corps, we have a kind of a little ditty that means red is dead. So that red side is supposed to emulate the actual knife portion of the actual bayonet mounted on the weapon. So anything that you strike with that red tip, 9 times out of 10 are either going to be incapacitated or laid to rest. Honestly, it gives them an opportunity to blow off a little steam. They have a lot of pent-up aggression, especially towards maybe their drill instructors. They're out there, they're actually doing what they feel like they signed up to do, which is learn how to combat the enemy.
Recruits also practice with actual bayonets. And engage in other types of hand-to-hand combat.
Grab the muscle!
Although male and female recruits do intersect during training, platoons are separated by gender. And although the recruit depot has experimented with integration before, the Marine Corps is the only military branch that separates male and female recruits during basic training.
Yes, sir!
Ready, one.
According to the Corps, every Marine is first and foremost a rifleman. Recruits spend the bulk of 2 weeks devoted to marksmanship, the first of which sees few shots actually fired.
First off is the fundamentals. They have to understand how to aim. They have to understand exactly how to breathe when they're taking that shot. They have to understand exactly how to squeeze the trigger and how to have follow-through and recovery with a rifle.
Combat operations is the foundation for every single Marine, regardless of what your occupation is. What it is to sit behind a rifle, look down that barrel, and be able to put lead on target.
IG Defense Briefing. Rebranded and reinvigorated. Fire for fire. IG Defense Briefing. Rebranded and reinvigorated. Fire for fire. IG Defense Briefing. Rebranded and reinvigorated. Fire for fire.
Yeah, fellow Amazonians, fellow televiewers, you're welcome to today's edition of our regular Saturday defense briefings. Today with us, we are having we'll be having our usual panelists. We will be having SOS Zama. We're having Commissioner Willie. We'll be having Commander Fombat and the rest on our technical bench. As usual, this is a program we've been having from the first Saturday of this month, and we intend to keep this program up to brief our people on the happenings on the home front. We made that promise at the beginning of this year that we'll not fail to keep our people informed, and we're making sure that we keep true to that promise. Tonight we'll be having major actions from the home front. We'll be having the Black Legs, Houston Domes. We'll be having the no action and no 11 February, no action on this thing. Having no action for the mountain race and the La Republique disgraced Coopers. And finally, we'll be having a talk on the issue of on the issue of our revolution, the progress we're making. So right now, before we go on, we would like to hear from our fellow panelists, starting with SOS Zama, and then Commissioner Willie, and then we'll hear from Commander Fombat. So let's start with SOS Zama, please.
Thank you, Comrade Kenneth. Fellow viewers, thank you for another day, Saturday. It's a weekly briefing regarding our outing in Amazonia. We want to thank you for standing steadfast with the IG and our restorative forces on the ground. Last week we had a lot of action going on in all the extent of the territory. Well, our soldiers were all engaged. We were trying to push back the enemy, and we sending a lot of them to heaven or to hell where they came from. We want to make you assured that this IG and our defense forces are going to stand the test of time, and we are on our way to Boya. It may be that road will be lit by bullets, but we have to make it to Boya. We have to get every obstacle out of the way. We want to thank our viewers. We want to thank our donors. We want to thank our citizens who have been abiding and supporting this struggle. It will take everybody's contributing effort to be able to get the enemy out, because they are like a glue. We will have to take them out to be able to make it to Boya. And every person's effort is welcome. Every little effort that you put into this fight is welcome, because that's what is going to take away from the enemy. Because every block they put in, we have to deconstruct it. And we really thank our supporters. We have to thank our citizens. And we really want to appreciate all the strength and all the suffering you go through for a good Amazonia in a couple of years from now. We really look forward to meeting with you this afternoon and laying out the plan for this war and telling you what's been going on, what you are not seeing on CRO TV. And we are really doing well. We are on course. Don't be shake no day, like I said. We are on course. Thank you.
For that brief introduction. Next, we'll be going over to Commissioner Willie. Commissioner Willie, please come on and say hi to all people on the home front and those in the diaspora.
Yes, good morning to all the restoration person, and good morning, home front. This Commissioner Willie speaking. We want to greet you on behalf of the government. We want to thank you people for everything you do. And the diaspora, I want to thank you as such. We hope that our prayers, God will listen to them and take us to the direction under the leadership and directives of our president, Dr. Samuel Takoi Kome. So we thank you as the show starts. We hope we have a great show, and we'll be here to educate you on what is going on and to give you a sense of direction on how things are. Over to you, sir. Over to you, sir.
Commander Fombert, can you hear me? I don't know if any of you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah, next we have Commander Fombert. Is he on the panel,
Yeah,
please?
can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, is that Commander Fombert?
Yeah, I think I just finished.
Yeah, we've heard from you, Commissioner Willie. We have to hear from Commander Fombert. Is he on the panel, please? It seems he has not. We don't have Commander Fombert on the panel, and as you've heard from our two previous speakers, a lot has been going on at the home front. We have within our midst, we have the ANSC, we have those from the government bench, and we have our commissioner from Homefront. We are here today to simply take you through the events of the week, and maybe you'll be getting a narrative from the SOS Zama. You'll be getting a narrative from Commissioner Willie, and probably from those that are from the ANSC. We are all here just for one purpose: to pursue the enemy out of our territory. It's been long that we started this war. We started this since 2017. And we have been the only ones. There's been no other country that has come to our aid. Amazonians, we've been fighting alone. We've been fighting on our own. That's not the case if we have to look at other countries. We have to look at people like Ukraine and so on. They just started theirs yesterday. It's not up to a year. And we've had the whole international community rallying to their side. At this particular point, we want to, first of all, thank our ARS for the great job they're doing on the home front. They've been doing a marvelous job protecting our people from the terrorists that have been sent by the regime in Yaoundé. We want to thank those that have been there protecting those on the sides of our ARS, our civilians. We want to thank those that are in the diaspora, those that have been contributing in one way or the other to see to it that we keep on with this particular, we keep up to drive the enemy from our territory. So at this point, we want to start by looking at what has been happening on the home front with the actions that took place last week, because we've been seeing a lot happening on the home front with regards to the fighters, our fighters standing up to the enemy. We've been seeing a lot happening on the home front with regards to the enemy being sent back in body bags. So we'll have to start by looking at what happened within our territory, and we'll go over to what happened in Bui, particularly. So in Bui last week, we had quite some action from, especially from the camp of General Tokandu. He was at Mver last week, where he mounted.
Yes, today 11 January 2023. A friend Cameroon terror that the pass. Yes, they want a General Koramo under FM Sagon. From Gokutunja country, they want an open show for January 2023 for Bamali today from Gokutunja for Ambalan. Yeah, and then that, as you can see, and then that they pass. You know how many? Number 3. I think I'm going to Jira the fuck. Yeah, yes. Fire! Yes, today 11 January 2023. A friend Cameroon terror that the pass.
Okay. That was General Colombo taking the fight to the enemy. That was it took place last week. We saw him brave, fighting the enemy like no other. So what we'll be looking at next will be the action of General Tokandu. He went out against the enemy. He was in where he mounted, where he was there on guard, and he was approached by the enemy. They were in 3 armored cars. When they approached, he made sure that he repelled the attack. And it so happened that they were lucky enough that they missed an IED. So they were pushed back, and lucky enough for them, they missed stepping on that IED, and we keep on praying for these boys that they should keep on with the good work. Whatever they are doing, they should make sure that the enemy does not come close to our people. And next, we'll be looking at the action of what happened at the break. Excuse me, please. Excuse me. We'll be looking at what happened in Biame, Bui County. At Bui County, at the local brigade came under attack from an RPG. That's a local propelled grenade. Their brigade came under attack from our ARFs, and a lot of damage was caused to that brigade. Most of the La Republic terrorists were brought down, and in that course, they were sent out of that brigade, and we'll be expecting those on the La Republic side to come out and report their casualties. We know that most of the times, they will come up to tell us that maybe some of them were sent out of, some of them have been retired, or maybe some of them escaped. They left their jobs. But from what happened last week, it is clear evidence that most of the time our fighters go, they will kick these people, they will make sure that they keep these people at bay, kick them out of our territory, and do what is needed to keep our people safe and fight for our liberation. At this point, we'll be expecting our technical bench to bring up the video of the RPG attack on the La Republic base in Biami. Okay, if
this is Colonel Big Shark. We are about to demonstrate, so we are at Mbiame. 2023, January 2023. We are about to demonstrate at Mbiame. Voila. This is a Omega 201 Big Vulture. Yeah.
La yo ma, lei tua ma bo ma. Semola bien. Semola. Semola. Frendi ja. Semola bien. Ya kiri ya kango manga yuba.
I want your life, live life. Agenda I want you with picking them to come. Agenda I want your life. Nafisiam, nafisiam, fine, nafisiam, 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 nafisiam.
Okay, thank you very much. Before I go on, I would like SOS Zama to throw in some light on that particular action. SOS Zama, please.
ARFs have been awake all night for weeks now and trying to track the movement of the enemy into our territory. The attacks in Biami and there were all successful attacks by the ARFs, and the enemy was repelled. A lot of them were killed. Some of them we did not have a video of those actions of the dead, but those things are going to come out by the reports of the enemy. I just want to make our viewers to understand that we do not risk our soldiers because we want to have a video of an action. That's not the idea of this war. We are there to terminate the enemy, and once that action is done, we are moving on to something else. If we are lucky to have a possibility or stands to have a video, we'll provide those videos as time goes on. But that is not an expectation of the mission of all of this of our soldiers. That mission was protected and well kept, and our soldiers did what they do every day in Bui and all over the territory. The enemy was taken unaware, and they went out in their numbers. Irrespective of what CRTV doesn't show you, please don't think that there is no war. This war is still going on, and this war is raging in all parts of the country. So as when we tell you, citizens, to avoid certain areas, please stay away from those areas. Please be mindful of your situation. When you see something, say something. We have our ARFs all over the place. You can inform them of movement of troops. Use your telephones. Communicate to people in your neighborhood. But be mindful to who you communicate, because there are so many people who betray you. But as we say, there will always be betrayals and traitors in every war. So as you stay tonight and watch all the videos that we've had from the last week, be mindful that there's always danger that's lurking amongst us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, SOS Zama. I think most of us must have seen that we started this war with 10 guns, and as time goes on, our ARs have become more and more sophisticated. Looking at what they're using today, no one will doubt that there is more to come. There is more to come. La Republic should expect more, and until they leave, if they don't leave our territory, we'll make sure that we continue sending them away in those body bags. Commissioner Willie, can you give us a word or two on the sophistication on what our boys have been able to achieve from the beginning up till now in this war, please?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this year Commissioner for Homefront, Commissioner Willie, we come to thank you for everything you do, and we want to bring this clean and clear to the general public and to the world that Amazonia, we're a country, we are ready to govern ourselves, and as such, we are ready to defend ourselves, and we are ready to pay with our life to defend and own our own country that we call Amazonia. Moving forward, as you can see on the ground, we have what we call ARF, Ambazonia Restorational Forces on the ground. These are all volunteer men and women, some of them university graduates, some of them engineers, some of them teachers, some of them lawyers, some of them lay people, some of them students who have decided to stand up to defend their parents and to defend their property, that the French Cameroon army should not come and kill us all. Who we are, what we do, what we did not do, and where we are going lies in the hands of our president, President Dr. Samuel Sarko Ikome. As a government, as a country, Ambazonia, we have our president, Dr. Samuel Sarko Ikome. We have our flag, we have our anthem, and we have self-defense groups, units all across Ambazonia. We have a structure and a government that governs us. We are responsible people, and as such, we fight under our local government area. We have local government area where each force on the ground is under supervision of their local government area person, what we call LGA. And as such, they give the report to the LGA chairperson and the defense team that channels it to the local, to the county, to the county. We have 13 counties in Ambazonia. Each county is governed by a county coordinator. I myself am a county coordinator for Manu County. And as a county coordinator, it's our right and responsibility to keep safety and protection of our people as a priority. So when Cameroon government declared war over Ambazonia, they invaded Ambazonia, President Dr. Samuel Sarko Ikome have to organize, coordinate, and correlate the various arms of the government. As I say, we're a government, we have a president, we have a parliament, we have a House of Assembly, we have everything that the government have. We have a flag, we have everything. But now, who we are fighting units on the ground, defending our people, carrying out self-defense tactics on the ground and mechanism on the ground. We are coordinated, we are correlated, and as such, we encourage and advise each fighter or each volunteer on the ground to fight under the local government area. So that way, we can hold each person accountable and responsible for any act or action being carried on that area to protect and defend our people. In the past, when the war started, we have what we call ADF. ADF is an arm of La Republique. La Republique Army tried to infiltrate us so that they can be causing atrocity, arresting our people and asking for ransom. We downplay it and look at it like we did not understand them first. But now we know who they are. They have come out and expressed themselves. They have been kidnapping our people, harassing our people, and taking ransom. Ambazonia Restorational Forces are under their local government area. They get the support from the local government area, and as such, the president and our federal government channel support to their local government area from the county for us to use for self-defense purposes on the ground. At this time, we've been fighting Cameroon army going to 7 years now. We've been getting help from our local people. We've been putting our life online. We are begging on any country in the world, be it small or be it big, to contact us and help us and assist us with self-defense equipment so we can use them to match that of La Republique. La Republique Army is coming to our area. They are bringing helicopter gunships and shooting at people. They have burned down more than 500 to 600 villages. They have killed more than 50,000 people. They have jailed more than 10,000 people. And they have sent millions of people in the bushes as refugees, and not to talk of the wounded. So at this time, we, on behalf of the Ambazonia government, we are calling on the world to help us, no matter where you are. If you can help us with self-defense equipment, me as the Commissioner for Home Front, if you can help us with self-defense equipment so we can use it to protect and match that of the enemy of the Republic. For the meantime, our fighters on the ground, they have made local materials. As I tell you, some of them are chemists, some of them are physicists, so some of them are engineers. They have made local equipment from the ground to use it to defend themselves. Now you ask, where do we get these weapons? Cameroon government is the #1 supplier of weapons to Ambazonia. When they come to our territory, most of them will call what they call low sense, because French people are reckless. We seize their weapons from them and use it to defend ourselves. Moving forward, the Secretary of State for Defense is here with us. He will be guiding us and telling us many more things as such. While we go down the line, you happen to learn more as we move on. But we thank the restorational forces on the ground. We have men and women who are fighting on the ground. We have our people on the ground as such. This fight is for all of us. As you can see, our people are respecting what they call ghost town, civil disobedience. That's what we call resistance forever. So over to you, sir. Hello? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, sorry.
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. Yeah, thank you, Commissioner Willie. Thank you. I would like to say here that when our forces they started with the then guns, there are some of they have been make sure that they've been sourcing materials from across the territory, from places whereby we are not here to disclose, but when it came to that time whereby La Republic stepped in and tried to do everything possible to stop most of their supply routes, there's some sort of improvised. That is to say, this war will keep on. They will keep on doing what they do best. As Commissioner Willie said, some of them are chemists. Some of them have got various backgrounds and some of them have been trained to come up with means to keep this war alive. There is nothing that will be done by La Republique to stop us from going ahead with this war. Those that are on the ground, they understand what it takes, they understand what it means for them to come up with the knowledge, to use their knowledge to keep up the fight. We will not relent our efforts. We will keep on supporting them. As Commissioner Willie said, we expect the international community to rally behind us because our chaos is a just cause. We have not been a part of La Republique. We came together just in a federation and we were not treated well. The point is today we want to get out, but they want to keep us in by force. If it means for our fighters to improvise and do whatever it takes, that's what they will do. And we are ready for this, even for the next 10 years or 20, until we make sure that we kick them out of our territory. Now, still in Bui, we will be asking our technical bench to make the videos, to make the videos ready. We had our ARFs, they went to Sode Park, where they burnt a tractor. And this particular environment or that particular company is being guarded by La Republic forces. So they were there, they burnt that tractor, and on their way back, they were attacked by the enemy. So they did fight back. And in the course of that, a lot of La Republic terrorist militaries were brought down. We will still expect them to report their deaths. They should do it justifiably. They should let the parents of those that we killed know that their kids had been KIA, killed in action in Amazonia, because there are a lot of those things. There are a lot of those things that they are hiding. They don't want those families to know because, first of all, they don't want to pay indemnity. They don't want to pay. They don't want to compensate those families. They have been killed in our territories day in, day out. And at this point, we want to congratulate those that went out, those that carried out that action, and tell them that Amazonia is proud. We expect them to do, and we expect other counties and LGAs to come up and do more. So we'll be asking our technical bench if they have that video, please. Please put it up. Okay, while we're waiting for the video, we will be calling on, we'll be going over to the next issue, to the next topic, which is that of blacklegs being used and dumped. So we would like to, it so happened that in Dongamantum, there was a certain guy called Bello. Bello had been a thorn in the people of, Donga Mountain. This guy had been collaborating with the enemy each time he comes in with them and kills most of our civilians. So it so happened that Bello had a problem with the enemy. I was brought over to the courts in Bamenda. So after the first judgment, the case was adjourned. And after it was adjourned, they had to take Bello back. The enemy realizing that sometime it might be Bello may go out and release most of their secrets. On their way back, they asked him to jump out of the car and run. When Bello jumped, he was shot and killed. With this, we would like to tell most of those that are out there, the blacklegs, those that are still working with the enemy, that La Republic cannot be trusted. If they call you up today to do their dirty job, know that tomorrow, when they tell you to turn around and go, you're going to receive a bullet at the back of your head. There is no need fighting for somebody or helping somebody that can never be trusted. We've said it time and time and again that if you're a blackleg, if you don't meet your untimely death in the hands of the enemy, know that our ARS will be there waiting for you. Whatever treatment they'll give you, you know you deserve it. So at this point, we'll be calling again on Comrade Willie to throw in some light on the actions of these blacklegs and the whatever in the
put the thing down. Yes, now Air Force life. Air Force life. Then why? They don't wise today, they get their lucky for sure there's something, but while another day, when they day, another day. Yes. General Viper, you picking them. Yes. Air Force life. Now the tractor this. Don't put the thing down. Yes. Now Air Force life. Air Force life. Then why? They don't wise today, they get their lucky for sure there's something, but while another day, when they day, another day. Yes. General Viper, you picking them.
Yeah, those are our forces under General Viper. Thank you for bringing the videos up. I think, as I earlier said, they were involved in a mission in Sodepak, and that was as an organ being run by the La Republic enemy. Their soldiers are always stationed there. They came in, and this ties with the fact that we've always said there should be no economic. La Republic has no right to come and carry out any economic activities on our territory. They don't have any right to do that. So wherever they have some of their activities, like whatever they're doing in Sodepak, we call on our ARFs. It is their place to make sure that they keep these guys at bay. They make sure that they stop them and send them packing over to their territory. So I had talked on that a while ago. I will give the chance to SOS Zama to throw in some light on those actions.
Yes, our soldiers in the Bui area have been quite active, and they've been the most active in the last 6 years that we've been fighting this war. And they are the most experienced and battle-hardened. The enemy doesn't rest. The enemy is always on its toes, and they are brought to bear. As the time goes on, we letting them increase their numbers and training more soldiers to fight this battle. As it is, it's a place of no return, and we have all the issues that have been in other counties are not existing in Bui. Bui is a case in it's on the top. It's the alpha of all these fighters, and we look forward to them. We support them. We appreciate them, and we thank them for their sacrifices. I think you could get Comrade Fombat has been waiting. So if you can get him to help with some of this information for me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I didn't know he was on the panel because I thought I called a while ago and I couldn't get him. Yeah, Comrade Fombat. we did the introductions already, and at that point, we wanted you to talk to our people. We didn't get you. So at this point, we want you to come in and throw a little bit of light on the action that you just saw on the screen. Yeah, it seems as if there is a problem with Commander Fombat's microphone. We can't hear you. Okay. Okay, let's move on to Commissioner Willie. Commissioner Willie, can we get your reaction to the video that we just saw, please?
Yes, based on the video that we just saw on the screen, that shows that La Republique is still in our territory, trying to take our food to their area, trying to encourage themselves to feed fat. And as such, we want to take this opportunity to encourage and advise our people on the ground and to educate them that we can't be feeding those who are killing us. We cannot be feeding those who are killing us. And as such, we're advising them that from February the 1st, every food that is produced in Amazonia will be consumed in Amazonia. We cannot be pushing food to the Republic and we'll be eating our food and killing us. So our food product will be regulated. That which live from Amazonia, we encourage all the area to produce food and sell it within the local market. Food should not leave Bamenda and go to Baf. Food should not leave Manfe and go to Douala. Every food should stay in the local government area and to be consumed in the local government area. If you don't have any market to sell your food, you can carry it and go to Nigeria. Oh, sorry, there's noise in the background. When it comes to this act, I see a tractor being burned. The aim of this tractor being burned is that that tractor is helping to cultivate food crops that goes to that. And as such, that's a sample to show that the enemy is still in our land. Until deprive them of food, then they will know that we are serious. We cannot feed those who are killing us. They have brought the tractors in all the local government areas and the caterpillars in the name of construction and food agriculture production. In the well, there's no way where you can feed the person that is killing you. So we are encouraging and advising our people that they should not be selling food to La Republique. Moving forward, from February the 1st, we're advising that Eru, Fufu, Gari, anything that goes to La Republique, it should not go. And those who are coming to buy it, if they come, just take it that way. All the trucks that are coming to carry food product from Amazonia to La Republique, it will not happen again. Our people, we have to feed them. We have to guide them. We have to clothe them. So food is our first priority. So that way our restorational forces on the ground will have food to eat. Our people will not be as refugees again, running to the Republic to go back for food, running to Nigeria to look for food. Those who are inside Amazonia, they should produce what is inside Amazonia and consume it. They should not, we have excess. We should not be beggars. We'll never be beggars. While we're moving forward, at this time, we're not going to leave anybody behind. And any defaulter, they will learn to regret. The restorational forces are encouraged and advised that the food is at their midst. For example, you're in Kokotunja, LGA, and it's food in front of your face, oranges in front of your face. Sometimes some of you ignore it, and these people come from Douala. They come with their, what they call a Hilux or camion. They carry like 50 bags of oranges. They carry them to Douala, and then they left those ones that are busted on the ground, maybe 5 or 6. They say, "Come and take it." You're eating the crumbs. Why they carry the real food to go give for their own day? If we hold the food back, we're advising everybody to work with us. If we hold the food back, they will know that they will starve in Yaoundé. A cup of Gary, that is $1, 1,000 CFA francs. It will be 3,000 CFA francs in the part of their own territory. We cannot be sending food to the people who are killing us, who are burning us, who are frying us. It doesn't work that way. We take time to appreciate the people on the ground, all the volunteers who will see into this initiative and believe with us where we're going in future. And let's try to see and advise that having those mamas selling food in the market, try not to sell to different people. When they don't have food to eat, they will go back to the area. to try to circulate food also within Amazonia. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Commissioner Willie. Commander Fombat, can you hear us now? Can you, is your microphone?
I'm to not get up. Sir? Voilà. Dan go would support this hit.
Yeah, Amazonians, that's the video of Bello, the Fulani killer and facilitator of countless deaths in Dongamantu. This guy has been a thorn in the flesh of our people. He's been there all this while, helping the enemy come in day and night to kill our innocent civilians. It has happened that this time around, they have turned their guns on him. This is to say that those that are out there helping the La Republic enemies do its dirty work in any form or the other would have a day like that of Bello. You will never go scot-free. You will never go scot-free. The enemy will turn his gun on you, or you come back and face face justice from the Amazonian people. So at this point, I'll call on Commander Fombat. Please, can you hear me?
I can. I don't know if you can hear me now.
Okay, good. We can hear you. So, Commander Fombat, can you, throw in some light on the issues of this Black Legs, please?
Amongst all, first of all, we all apologies. Dear people of Amazonia, sorry for the technical hitches. You know, it happens sometimes. But thank God we are back on, and to keep the information flow and nothing but the reality on this show. Things that La Republic would not tell you it would be always exclusive on ABC Amber TV. This is where the truth lies, and trust me, a lot of stakeholders, international community are watching us, and they know that what we are saying is nothing and nothing but the truth. Just like this guy, we saw this Buba or Bello or whosoever they call him, you know, just like this is not, it is not something new from La Republic. This is La Republic's technique. It is, we cannot even count the number of boys, girls that La Republic has lured into the so-called DDR centers, and some of them have disappeared in the night. Some of them have been whisked to unknown destinations. Some of them have definitely suddenly gone missing. You know, this is an example on the trajectory of a dictatorship. They will use you to their satisfaction. If they realize that you are no longer useful, or you may have information that will further implicate them, the only thing they will have to do is neutralize you, remove you out of the scene, so that the information that you have will go along with you. That is what they do. So it's a pity, it's a sad thing to say to our people who are always after crumbs, who in one way or other fall into the hands of La Republic, and these colonial stars, and killers of our people continue to manipulate them. At the end of the day, they are the same people that will turn their guns against you, especially if you are an Ambazonian. Let this go to the sellout, Barrister Agbobala. Let it go to the other sellouts that are roaming everywhere, pretending to be preaching peace, but indirectly preaching one Cameroon. Yeah, Commander Kenneth just made a mistake that we came together. No, we did not come together with La Republic. We did not come together. We were forced together. Just like Dak Hammarskjöld said, bringing Southern Cameroons and La Republique du Cameroon is like forcing a balloon underwater. And one day, that balloon will come out. Definitely, he knew that we were being forced, and it's true that we were forced. And that balloon that was forced underwater has come out. It is not coming out, it has come out. So we did not go, we did not join with La Republique. We were forced, we were manipulated, we were sold out. The manipulation between the United Nations, France, and Britain forced us into the hands of these terrorists, of these genocidaires, of these killers, of these rapists, so-called La Republique du Cameroon. And they pretend and call us their brothers, you know. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I hope others may learn, but our people are so stubborn. If they are resisting learning, they will. I don't know if they will learn or it's a slow process. But mind you, as you go slowly, La Republique goes faster, and they will chop off your head before you realize it. So we'll come back to talk about the real atrocities, and show you glaring example to reawaken you, and so that you know, you who is watching, some of you don't even know why we are fighting. You who is watching, you need to know why we are fighting, why we are defending ourselves as we are doing now. Thank you for now. I'll be back. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Commander Fombat. Our forefathers left the house of Enugu in good faith, and they joined them, thinking that they were coming to meet brothers. Little did they know that they were coming to meet those very ones that will turn around and kick us in the butt. But right now, we have the never again generation. We are here to make sure that we correct that mistake and make sure that our own generation will not suffer or will not go through what we went through. Thank you for that elaborate. Excuse me. Thank you for that elaborate briefing, Commander Fombat. Please, Commander Willie. Please, can we get your take on the issue of the Black Legs, please? They are all over the place. We have seen some of them working with a lot of them working with the enemy. Some of them are being removed from the DDR to come back and cause havoc within our communities. And some of them go around disguised as the La Republique military, moving around with them, going and showing the hideout of our own very parents, our own very sisters, our own very brothers. What message do we have for them, Commissioner Willie?
Yes, we are happy to have enablers among La Republique who come in Ambazonia to cause havoc. We are happy to have them, and we use them to our advantage. Don't forget that we have people, our people in DJR Center, that we send them there deliberately, so that they can feed us with information on the military movement. We in Ambazonia, we have people in DDR Center that they went there deliberately, and we communicate with them, and they tell us when the army is coming where. So sometimes they will tell you, "Oh, we'll be coming to Kumba today. You can't talk on the street." But those people in DDR Center, they give us coordinate and correlation on where the army is or whatever they want to do, and because the army will take them and brief them on what they're supposed to do. So they will tell us where they are coming, and that's why we attack them on time and kill a lot of military. Not because we had the intelligence, but the intelligence comes from them, because those people in DDR Center, they are helping us as well. Most of them, they are under gunpoint when they take them, like Kawa. The day that they were coming to Manu, when he said he will come to Manu and he will go around and sensitize the public, that same day, that's when the Manu County Commando, they attacked the head bridge in Manu, just beside the gendarmerie. So most of them who are doing this, there are three reasons why they do this. Number one, they are being forced by the Republic Army under gunpoint. Number two, if you come to find out that their DNA, 90% of their DNA is not, but they are not 99% Ambazonians. Some of them are half La Republic people. Either their grandparents must have come from La Republic. So that's why they think that when they can speak French or they can associate themselves with French people, then they're part of them. And then number three, they are doing because of small pay or ignorance. They might give a small pay, and then they tell them that they're going to make them this, and make them this, and make them this, and they themselves will fall for that. For myself, one day I had a call who told me that in Cameroon they can make me a commander of something, and I say my brothers are there in jail, like Ayuktabe, give the position to them. You see, we are not fighting this war because of position. We are fighting to ourselves. So we are not looking for position here. We are all volunteers. When it comes to the interim government have what we call a lock and key mechanism. A lock and key mechanism is that we have what we call local government area, and we have county. It will be difficult for somebody from a different local government area to go to another one and show. Yeah, that's why it's come to Manu. It does not go to Kokotunja or to Boyo because he does not know, because it's under the local government area where he was. But now, if we could have been fighting what they say block by block, therefore he could have been able for him to go all over the place to be showing fingers. So they are limited in whatever they do, but whatever they do, the enemy will still use them and still kill them. But in case they come with the enemy on the battlefield, what our fighters do, they shoot them first. And that's why the enemy, when they were going, one time they were going to acquire to work out operation. When they were engaged by Manu County Commando, the enabler was taken out first. So the army now they become disoriented because they don't know who to show them the light or the way. And that's why many of them were killed on the way. Because why? Their point man, they took this fool and gave him a uniform. And when they give him a uniform, they will give him all this, everything, but they will not give him a gun. And he's always in the front. They will not give him a gun. So when our fighters they saw him, they took him first. And the other armies, they became all confused and the rest is history. So if you stay in Yaoundé, you do not see your father or your mother or your uncle who is in the military, it means that he's dead in Ambazonia already. Because it's a battlefield, those who come don't go back. Do not forget, and some of our parents, they are still working with La Republique. Some of them retired police, some of them retired gendarmes. Back in their mind, they are still in La Republique paycheck. So they know that if they can help support their own, because a military man, they're like an ant, a unit. When you've been trained, you always, whether they retire, they always think that they're in service. They are trying to help and feed the enemy with information. But they come back, enablers are there. No matter what they do, we have these other defunct people that we ban in our territory, CPDM people. Some of them give us intelligence. Say the army is coming over here, and then we attack and take care of them. So no matter what the enabler does, we always have an upper hand. Remember, home advantage is the key. Home advantage is the key. When Nambere came to Kumba one time, Nambere couldn't move a step without the army being watching him. The army watched him while he moved. And he said, in this land, nobody can take it from us. That's telling me he belongs where he knows where he is. He knows how to do the right thing, but now he cannot do it because of the gun behind his neck. But as we are fighting and moving forward, in the days ahead, as we say, all of us will be shooting in the same direction. We're not going to have all these people they call black legs or red legs or yellow legs. We're not going to have them. Because immediately we see them, we're just going to shoot them with the army at the same time. You see, either you are with Ambazonian Restoration Forces or not. We'll make the job easy for the fighting forces on the ground. We are not going to say you are ADF, you are SDF. No. You are under either LGA or you are just an outsider. If you are not under your local government area, then you are an outsider and you'll be taken as such. So when you see this guy that was being killed, he was being killed because he got a lot of intelligence that if he leave, he will come and sell it out to the public. But, enablers will still always be there because there are girls who are going to look for the military to sleep with them to get $1 or something. The military will force themselves to people at gunpoint, like some chiefs, and force people at gunpoint for them to come to what they have to do. So some people are being harassed, people are being terrorized, people are being beaten, people are being put at gunpoint to carry out activities against their will. And you have people that they call human rights watch on the ground who are watching it happen and they take side with the enemy. And as such, as they go ahead, anybody that did not fall online will be taken out as such, looking independent whether you're a civilian or not. Once you start to carry out military operations, then you are a military person. So if you go and show finger that ambas are hiding here, we're not going to consider whether you're a baby or an adult. We're going to watch because when you show the death of one Ambazonia, 50 Cameroon army. So our people, our Amazonian fighters are the fighters. Well, these are volunteers. We are stronger than the Israelites. We are not being paid. These are all volunteers. We are not being paid, but we are surviving. So we want to thank our mama and papa that when they see the army coming, they hide our forces. We want to thank our mama and papa that they resist the enemy from Ghost Town and resist them, not they don't attend the occasions. So we are thanking them.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Passenger this way, military killer me some motor so. And on radar you. Passenger this way, military killer me some motor so.
On the screen. Those are the atrocities. We saw that was a civilian that met his untimely death in the hands of the barbaric forces from Yaoundé. Probably this man came out of his house on a good day thinking that he will come back, or maybe his loved ones were expecting him back. He never made it back. He met the terrorist forces from La Republique, and that was the end of him. So many others have met their untimely death in such manners, in like manner, from all over the Amazonian territory. We've seen them, we've seen videos like that times and times again. They are not there because they are there to protect our people. Let no one make any mistake about that. When they come in, they have one mission from Yaoundé. Shoot at sight. Otherwise, I don't know. Maybe we're experiencing some technical issues. I don't know if can the other panelists, can they hear me? Can you all hear me, please? Can they? Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I want to thank our technical team for the job they are doing. We are experiencing some glitches, but that will not stop us. Just like our revolution, we'll keep on with what we are here to do. The video you've just watched is that of atrocities being meted on our people by the La Republique terrorist military. We have seen them all over the territory. We've been seeing videos like that from all over our territory. They come in at day, they come in at night when our people are least expecting them. They shoot and kill at sight. That was somebody who probably left his home thinking that he'll be going back to meet his loved ones, and that was how his life ended. And there was a case that we saw maybe just yesterday of a refugee that left Amazonia and was brutally raped and killed in Yaoundé by a certain Secretary General in a ministry. So many of those cases are going on across the territory. A lot of our people are dying in the hands of these particular people, yet the international community is paying a blind eye to all of what is happening. They don't want to take our case. They don't want to listen to us. They are just there watching us, watching this particular terrorist military take the lives of our loved ones. It is left upon us to stand up and fight back. Commander Fombat, I will be bringing you on this again. Our villages were burnt. Some are in Nigeria, suffering in Nigeria. They've lost everything. Yet, as I said earlier, no one is batting an eye. It is a shame that we are experiencing what we are experiencing. We have people that are out there. They know what to do to help us out of this situation, but nobody seems to be paying attention. With this, I want to bring in Commander Fombat to throw in some more light on the atrocities of the La Republique military on our people. Commander Fombat, please.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you again for this opportunity. Who is a black leg? You know, each time we talk about black leg, black leg, black leg. Who is a black leg? Who can we identify as much as we push towards Boya? Who is on the way with a block, a barrier, building bridges for La Republique to take excuses and continue to kill our people? Now, a black leg are all those journalists, news organ that are making false reports, pinning the atrocities committed by La Republique on the restoration forces. A black leg are those political idiots campaigning for one Cameroon in the guise of democracy or change of leadership in the middle of a war. I'm talking especially to people like Ni John Frundi is a black leg. Achidi Achu is a black leg. Paul Atanganji, that one is even more than Dion Gute, the colonial prime minister of La Republique of Cameroon, is a black leg. And all those dues, mayors, councillors, even those chiefs that are in the so-called House of Chiefs, whether it's regional or divisional House of Chiefs, those are all black legs. All those selling contraband products, brasseries, you are still indulging in violating our ghost towns and our lockdowns. You are a black leg. All those people, individuals, head of any organization, churches, pastors, priests, popes, bishops, who are out there convincing the restoration fighters to leave the bush, come to DDR and be killed, they are all black legs. If you have these people in your communities, I will repeat, they are worse than Atanganji and Paul Biya, Achidi Achu, and all these Ni John Frundi. They are worse than all of them put together. If you have these individuals loitering in your backyard, these people, they are only there because they have no opportunity to kill you by themselves. They cannot use their hands to do it. So in order to come and laugh in front of you and then stab you in their back is the only role that they can play to make sure that you are erased, eradicated, killed, disappeared, tortured, arrested, kidnapped, raped, and all other atrocities that we shall be talking on as we speak. Those are blacklegs. Who is a capital blackleg in the diaspora? Those who are moving around in the formation of subgroups to destroy our agenda and the focus of this revolution. All those different fragments of the so-called IG hanging in Kundengi, the Chris Anu and the Marianta sub-IGs, those are blacklegs because they don't see the interests of the people. They are there to exonerate, project themselves. Those are blacklegs. All those people holding meetings with La Republique behind closed doors are blacklegs. All those people in Canada for so-called peace talks, those are blacklegs. Those are the people who are bent on destroying your struggle. All those who rally themselves to castigate the only internationally recognized process that will bring an end to this conflict, like the ADFs, like the so-called useless activists that were out there that put their voices to discourage Switzerland and the HD from this process. Those are all blacklegs. Now let us talk of the atrocities of La République du Cameroon on our people. We have seen, you saw the cops, the gentleman, I don't know if he's a trader or he's a passenger, that has used his own money to pay it for his transport. Amidst all difficulties. And look at the type of vehicles that he is in. There is no protection. He is exposed not only to those flying bullets, he is also exposed to any insects, wild animal that can jump at the back, a hungry animal to devour him. This guy was shot by La Republique. Look at the several other cases. We saw the woman, Mami Api, was burnt in his home. We saw the Mami in Gokutunja, I think that was Bui, I think 6 months or 3 months ago, that left the shower, the bathroom, and she stepped into her room to get ready. What happened? She was raped in that room. Despite her age, she was raped and then shot to death. We all saw that image on social media. We saw images of the young girl in Bamenda in 2016, 2017. I think that was late 2018 or early 2018. That was testifying in front of camera to the international community and to the world how she was raped by a police or a gendarme officer in Bamenda. These rape cases, these murder cases are everywhere. They occur in our society. They occur in our backyards like every day, in Amazonia, like every day. Some are not reported, some are hidden. Our people are killed. At least an Ambazonia is killed every day, at least one Ambazonia civilian. Old mother, baby turtle that was killed on street from school. Which one are we going to name? Which one are we not going to? Ambazonians. Are we angry enough? Are we? If we look at, even if you go to Bali, civilians were rallied in Bali in 2017. After killing them, they attempted to destroy their corpse. Go to Moyoka, civilians were rallied in Moyoka, killed. The Wazuzu case and his boys killed and wrote their corpse roasted. Go to Mautu. Go to other counties. Go to Ngabu, where the case is still fresh in the files. I heard Commander Kenneth say the blind international community. No, it is not the blind international community, because this international community is not blind. They see. But what is happening is conspiracy against Amazonians, against the Southern Cameroons. It's conspiracy. They
Yes,
see.
studio. Can you get my
And
audio?
they entertain themselves. They entertain themselves. To them is fun. As Paul Biya, the old vegetable dictator, forces himself into Amazonia with bullets, unable to track down the real defenders of that territory. We only go after our armless, frail old men and women, mothers, grandmothers, grandfathers, babies, children. The weak, they can only rape our old mothers. They don't respect age when it comes to rape. Those people, they have their penises hanging in their hands. They don't have trousers. You see those things, they are not trousers. They can do and undo at any given time. That is why our people are victims. Now I have a newspaper here. This is a newspaper, UK newspaper. If you look here, the small caption here, they say Met, that is Metropolitan Police, wave of violence against women cases. Here, in a country where there is the right, there is the respecter of law, where the people are bent on justice, they don't joke. In this country, it is not a secret. They will not talk it back door. They will inform the general public. And cases like this will be prosecuted to the last letter, because what everybody deserves justice. You would think that such cases will be hidden because they are so-called police officers, gendarmes, terrorist military officials, colonial military officials, who can just walk into our territory, rape our women, and go scot-free. When you say international community is giving a blind eye, no. The international community is a number one conspirator, because the international community is pushing all the support to Ukraine. But what is happening to us? Maybe our color, because they don't want to pay reparations for what they did in the past. Thank you. I rest my case.
Thank you so much, Commander Combat.
I don't know if the studio is getting me. I'm having problem with my camera. Is the studio getting me?
Yes, 5 on 5. We can hear you.
Okay, thank you, Commander Kenneth. Yeah, I think I will just flow with you. I think you are the man of you are the anchor man today, so I will just join the panelists. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Sorry, televiewers, my camera is down.
You're welcome, Comrade Paul. We've missed you.
My is damaged. Oh God.
Yeah, we've missed you on the panel, but we're happy you're back.
Thank you.
SS Zama. We've heard a lot from Commander Fombat on the issue of maybe the atrocities of La Republic. We know there are so many of them. We cannot even enumerate them. We know up to this point, if there was to be justice, if the international community was to really step in to mitigate this, we know that La Republic will be thrown in a dungeon whereby the keys will be thrown away. But knowing that is not the case, we would still like them to know what is happening, what they are doing to us. At this point, we'd like you to throw some light on whatever they're doing, the atrocities, and upon our people. The microphone is yours, SOS Zama.
It's easy to say what we have is it's a really nightmare situation where People are not only killed in a war situation, but they are being raped and they're being maltreated, they're being extorted. These things in war, atrocities is when there's a breakdown in law and order, which is often the case. We do have a breakdown in law and order. Those soldiers will never be brought to order because Cameroon is a banana republic. It's a society that's, I could say, a tribalistic um, state where everything is Bulu, Beti, Gang, and Mangisa running the country. All those people, they will rape with impunity, knowing that they have the Ministry of Justice, the prosecutor generals, who are all from the same clan, and they're not going to be prosecuted, even though they know who the rapists are. Regarding the case for the young lady, Miss Chantal, I'll call her a baby, not even call her a lady, because she's a kid, 15 years old, who has been lured by an old guy who is supposed to be a traditional chief from the southern zone in Manyu, Mr. Takam, Chief Takam, who raped this young girl and impregnated her and tried to abort traditionally, and this kid died. We are going to see what happens to them. Those are all glaring proof that Cameroon is a different country. There's no law and order in Cameroon. We can see the case of Wazizi, who was killed, who was taken out and killed in the process of him covering the state of Cameroon. We can see the case of Martinez Zogo, who was safe. I'm telling them that they are currently in hell than they are spiritually, because they are allowing all these things to happen on a daily basis. Our citizens are not vocal enough, especially the cowards in East Cameroon, they call them Francophones. Um, they don't have enough of manliness in them. They will just sit in the corner and talk and talk and weep if they can weep and shut up because the bees are there. They say the bees are there to protect them or to fight them. But this is a situation where they can cause an uproar and burn all those places down. All those people should be brought to justice. And I think there's an International Court of Human Rights that could bring these people to justice. If Cameroon will be willing to let them go. Because these people are the very people who are doing a lot of atrocities. They are the same people who are doing human trafficking. They are the same ones that are doing embezzlement and money laundering in the country. And we cannot sit here and we tell Ambazonians, go back to your communities. Yaoundé is not where you belong. You'll be used, you'll be killed. Go back from Douala. That's not a place. That is not a sanctuary. You are safer where you are in the hometown. If we all put our efforts together to fight the enemy will go running. I think in the next future, we should be thinking of recruiting every male, every person should be compelled to have a child into the war. There will be no freeloaders anymore. I think in the future, we have to sit back and recalibrate this and think about it, because a few cannot fight for the masses. We all have to fight, and we have to compel parents or children. Every person in Ambazonia should be able to fight this fight. We've had a lot of onlookers for a long time. We have to compel them, and we have to make that thing pretty quick. Otherwise, we are going to be fighting this war for a long time, because La Republic is not relenting. They have a lot of resources coming from Europe, coming from the companies that are exploiting oil and gas in our region. But we have to. We have the willpower. If we have the willpower, this war is ours to win. And we will win this war. It's just a matter of time, but we want to cut that time as short as possible. Thank you.
Thank you so much, SOS Zama. Yeah, there was something which you said that stood out clear. The issue of every family contributing in one way or the other. If we don't contribute financially, we need the human resources. And in certain cases, we've seen revolutions whereby families would ask, if you had two boys, if you had, say, four boys, two were from the revolution and two are for you. If you had two, one for those fighting and one is for you. If you had one, they took that one away and you had to look for yours. In our case, we've seen so many people staying out there and saying, there are some that have come in voluntarily and they're fighting. But in other cases, some have just stood afar and they're watching, while others fight for the liberation of homeland. I would like to pose this question to Comrade Paul. You've just come in. You heard what our SOS said. What is your take on this topic of families contributing in one way or the other towards this fight?
Thank you, Commander Kenneth. I hope you're getting me clearly. This one we part day show today, so not die. Paman, you welcome. Yeah, I think it's a necessity.
Thank you, bro.
Just like the war draft was launched by the president, I think 3 years ago. The whole concept was about each family buying something, each family buying a material, a farm tool, or a farm product for our boys, for our valiant warriors. That was the concept. So I think it's just merely a continuation. Look, like what the SOS said. There is nowhere in the world that you will have peace, security than when you are in your own home, governing yourself, knowing your tomorrow. Because with La Republique, you don't know your tomorrow. Nothing is assured, nothing is guaranteed. Look at the way they killed this young lawyer, this young vibrant journalist, Martinez Zogo. Just look at the manner. There is no hiding. Everybody knows that this man is responsible for the death of this man, and there is nothing we can do. Look at our innocent civilians shot and killed with no reason, for no reason, just because they cannot face our restoration forces. They cannot face our restoration fighters. Who do they turn to? To helpless. So it is a call for concern that every family is just taking us back to draft. That it is a necessity that every family draft for his or her county. I think there is no need for overemphasis. But I want to appeal, I want to plead to every Ambazonian that we are going to the end. We are going to the end of this ruthless war, of this dirty war, heaped on us by an Octogenarian in Yaoundé. So, tying with SOS Zama, I think it's a call for concern. When you look at these images, when you look at this video, what comes to your mind? What does it tell you? It could be your brother, it could be your sister, it could be your family member, it could be your uncle, your father, whosoever. Will you just fold your arms and continue and let the atrocities of La Republique go unchecked? No. It is high time. Every family, every Ambazonian family, it is high time you wake up from sleep. It is high time you take your responsibility. It is high time you do what is necessary for us to stop this ruthless war. Thank you, Commander Kenneth.
Yeah, thank you so much, Comrade Paul. It all boils down to the fact that at this point, we need resources, material and human resources. Just like SOS Zama said, we should go back and look carefully. Maybe we should look at the way, we should relook at the way that we've been bringing in fighters into our ranks. This interim government has been tried and tested. It is the only entity that stands in for the true liberation of our people. There is none out there. They are doing everything. They're ticking the right boxes, making sure that we take this fight and make sure that they deliver Boya. At this point, we've seen enough of, let me go back to the issue of we've seen enough of the atrocities they've caused on our people. And none of us is happy with that. I would like Commissioner Willie. I would like Commissioner Willie to step in here and tell the world and the Brazilian community the stance of this interim government with regards to defending our people and regaining our freedom, especially where our especially where our ARFs are concerned, the job they are doing, the reason they are out there doing what they are doing. Commissioner Willie.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I want to greet you again. And I want to highlight certain things that the world should know. We do not have something like Maranta interim government, John interim government. We have the people interim government headed by Dr. Samuel Sarko Ikome. One person cannot have a government. A government is a group of people, a group of community, a whole country is a government. So when some of you come and say Chris Anu government is Chris Anu alone. Maranta government, just Maranta alone. One person cannot form a government. This IG, this interim government headed by President Samuel Sarko Ikome is not Dr. Samuel Sarko government. It's a government for all of us. We choose him as our leader to lead us. He created local government area where there's 61 LGA that be represented. He created a county where there's 13 counties have been represented. So if there's an issue that contains that affects the state, President Dr. Samuel Sarko Ikome will summon the local government area, the 61 local government area, and the 13 county, and he will brief them and tell them. He will get questions and then give directives on where the country is going to. And we do not just have a president. President Samuel Sarko is assisted by Vice President Mr. Eric Ate, and we have a House of Representatives. We have a House of Rep. This Dr. Lobati is the chairperson for the Speaker of the House of Reps. The House of Reps have 61 LGA. It means that everybody from each LGA sends to represent them to talk on their behalf what pertains to the local government area. Me, as a county coordinator from Manu, I have 4 local government area. Mahape Central is managed by Masera, it's a lady. Oyumojok, Mr. Ojong Stephen. Akwaya, Dr. Mbia. Opabaya, Mr. Tabi. Our local government areas, they are being managed by both men and women. So we have equal opportunity, equal representation of each local government area. So in our House of Reps, we are all mixed as men and women to put our hands together to push the country forward. So that's where we differ from any other, who you call this IG or this IG. This is the people interim government. Any other interim government that you hear, like Maranta interim government, Chris Anu interim government, we bundle up, we call them La Republic interim government. La Republic interim government is manageable by Ayoktabe Julius, Chris Anu, and Maranta. Those are arms of La Republic. We call them outliers, where they will come in and pseudo interim government, where they will come in and try to neutralize our energy and neutralize our structure to downplay our strength as a whole, as a country. Now, after they must have tried and failed, what they're trying to do now is to come to say, let's unite, let's unite, let's unite. And Bazonia government, interim government, headed by, I did not say Dr. Sarko government, I say Bazonia interim government, headed by the president, Dr. Samuel Sarko Ikome, because I said headed by, the government is for all of us. President Sarko is the one to represent us, that we elected him to represent us, the 61 LGA and the 13 county. So that when we are going anywhere for anything, we are going as a country. We're not going as President Sarko alone, or no. We are going as a country. In case President Sarko is busy, he can delegate the power to the vice president who oversees the country. Now, as a government, President Sarko have a structure where we raise money from each local government area. We put our small dimes together, put them together to support and guide our people who are fighting and restoring home front for us all. As compared to La Republic interim government, where they have Mr. Ayoktabe Julius in jail, and they have Mr. Cristiano that work with them, and they have Maranta that work with them, Those are La Republique interim government. They do not have a structure of raising money. They do not have a structure at all of raising money. It's just individual. La Republique have paid to come and cause confusion. I will give you an example. You know, when we're small, if you go to a slaughterhouse, when a cow is being killed, the owner of that cow will carry the flesh home. And then we'll have these dogs, we call them mungong dogs. They will carry the bone in their mouth like this, be running around the neighborhood. And you say, oh, that dog have killed a big meat or a big animal. No, the dog just simply carry the crumb. So that's what the Republic agents are doing. When there's an action on the ground, Amazonian Restitutional Forces under the leadership of the government, the all interim government that exists and is existing till now, that is what they do best to defend homeland and to send the enemy back into their country. Now, when it comes to management of this war, I hear some of you say they should punish La Republique, they should not do this to this. Who should punish them? Our Amazonian Restitutional Forces are the ones to punish them as enemies, as invaders. They are coming to kill, coming to rape, and coming to destroy. You people have seen them all. The little girl that was killed over there in the refugee that left our area, went to Yaoundé as a refugee and was killed, and was raped and killed. It's for us to give justice. How do we give justice? We cannot go to Yaoundé to give justice. That's a different country. But as time will tell, they will see us one day. But we can give them justice as they enter our land. We can pay back. As they come, as they enter our land, we clear them up. Because why? To retaliate the death of our sister, our daughter, our niece, our nephews, all of those things. Now, moving forward, as you see, this war is going to an end. And people say our people should draft. Yes, our people on the ground are already drafting on home front. The fact that our brothers and sisters, the respect goes down. That's number one. They're already drafting with their life. They have been deprived from not doing anything. Their respect goes down. They have been drafting. They call us to give us intelligence. They are drafting. They call us to advise us on what they think is best for us. It's not just diaspora managing this war. It's home front telling us what to do. Things. Why diaspora? We are just a supplemental entity trying to support home front because they cannot talk because the gun is in their throat. 100% of all Ambazonians on the ground want total independence. Period. All of them. But they cannot talk because the gun is on their throat. Our flag and that of Ambazonia will be the flag that will stand no matter where you go. We've seen in the past where the agents of La Republique have taken some of the members to go to Canada to do what they call over there. But this is what I'm going to tell you. Everywhere an Ambazonia goes, our flag must be put on the table because we are a country. We met with La Republique as a we came to them as a country. We're going to leave them as a country. We're going to meet them on the table as a country. Me, I don't know even what about the table because the Restitutional Forces are already putting them to sit on the mat. They have put the table, they have disrespected the table. We've taken the right way to take them to Switzerland for negotiation or whatever they call it. I'm not a politician. But as a fighter, all the units on the ground are encouraged to shoot in one direction. If somebody's not under LGA, no, it's your enemy. So we're going to move in that direction. While we are moving on the ground, we are asking people to support us with food, us with the resistance. And how can you do it? I will say it in Pidgin. Mommy and Papa them as enemy the Kiwi, me I go now on our commissioner for home from Willie. I know we'll talk for English, we'll talk for Pidgin. Mommy them with the cut cassava leaf, they call it Inkwem. We'll put them for baby bag them, we'll send them for ya for Douala. French people they chop, they glad. So when they make Inkwem and Bobolo, send for their picking where they can't fight for instance Ambazona, the Kiwi. Mommy them even say now we feed them. And again, we don't come the Kiwi picking them. Mommy them and Papa them for ground. If we try, say make chop no go again. Now people take my chop. If I did for Manfi or for Kumba, now but take my chop. Say I put that for back orange them. Make it go for your own day. For go feed that already, and they can't kill me. Me I go to say, Bazuna, mommy them for get rid they sell orange for quarter. When I can't take my orange, even now 1 franc, 100 franc, I sell them for street. Now give me 25 francs. So that chop will remain all within us. So that when people they go chop, they go grow fat. They go chop, they go be strong. If mommy them and Papa them, if we carry even a charcoal, we send charcoal for your own day. We carry charcoal, we send charcoal. The enemy will take the born fish, born yonder for road. they take out, they get their money, they can the kiwi. So the feed my way the kiwi, as you gather your corn, you put them in the back of a man that all beings, you put them they go give for Yaoundé, also for Yaoundé. Yes, they go chop for Yaoundé. They come kill you tomorrow way, na farm way, na they chop. So maybe not defeat the enemy. That was this 1st of February. Would advise and say any mommy will get chopped or na back on a back arrow. No for pack. You put a pack, they go be destroyed. You go if you get them, you go sell them for your local market, or you sell them may go for Nigeria, may they go sell them for Nigeria. Now so the car for back now, we get refugee they for Nigeria day. If we take this chop and sell them for day, it go be cheaper for them. Nevertheless, when I leave the chop them for where fighter them for they made the chopper. Now you only that for draft. Mamina, you only that for draft. Hungry no go kill you. We get plenty. We no go carry them set excess for the enemy. Make it chop in the kiwi. Now, me I will ask one question for pastors them and priests them. Any where you go talk for fight and make it drop a weapon, you be enemy. Make we understand them. If you go talk for fight and make it drop a weapon, you'll be arrested and they will shoot you. Once you go say hand for gun, if you devil, another time for your house can't ask you to give me a Bible. Carry a Bible for your church. I will talk and I'm going to talk and personally. If you pastor, will no one catch me go for villages then go to preach for boys and for bush. You need help for kill people. You go meet a boy with whole gun or man with whole gun. You say that shall not kill. He keep it guard for down. He can enter. He kill him. So that shall not kill. He apply now all of them they kill us and then may they not kill the Republic Army. Any old priest where they go preach for inside bush. If you go at their own risk, you go you know will come back again. So I want to advise you, I want to be aware. We there for war, we know the big man. We are the thief from us. As you convince fight and make a handy weapon for you, the day of way we will go around the LG them and the county them, and all pastors they go put that gun when they don't receive my for. I collect that for each person way you don't give gun for pastor. The day go reach, I will publish a list, and that pastor them go come for place and can't give that gun back. So if you go take gun for where boys and girls for army, you the thief for the interim government, you the real theft. That's not theft. If you pastor, remember your church. Me, I beg you. Remember, I be ready for go for jail, but for kill as many people the way they disobey their rules. Me, I no mind. So if you pastor, yeah, well, stay for your church. Nobody will disturb you. Preach for your church. If any amber drop weapon for any side, you work for your church, you pray for you. No go find it for bush. If you go find it for bush, we will take it for your church. We'll go pray for you for bush too. We'll show you our own prayer. Leave and make we fight, we fight. If you be old man for this struggle, you don't fight for 100 years. Leave and our own generation, this make we fight and make we live ourselves. If you position, human rights watch, stay for your lane. Stay for your lane. Yeah, I know the mistake. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much, Commissioner Willie. Yeah, this is the never again generation. We are not going to pass this fight on to the next generation. And with the structures we have in place, which we are positive we can take this fight and take it all the way to Buea. There will be, we have seen that La Republic is actively campaigning for their so-called 11th of February celebrations. And it's always been the stance of this interim government. We don't even, that day has never had any significance in our territory. While we'll be calling on our SOS Zama to throw in some light on that, we'll also look at the issue of the mountain race that is coming up. And we want our people to know that the stance that we have always denied that they should be, we have all along in the past, we have refused that there shouldn't be a mountain race in Buea. This one that is coming up is not an exception. Nobody should turn out there to cheer whoever that is coming out there. We are telling this, we are telling our citizens, please do not make that mistake. SOS Zama, yes. We hand over the microphone to you, sir.
Can you hear me? Can you
hear
me? Yes, please,
yes, sir.
Comrade Zama, do you want to come a little bit in front so I can see your face better? Like come in front of your camera, bend it a little bit. So yes, that is beautiful. Thank you. Okay. That's lovely. Thank you very much. That's all. Oh. Go ahead. Thank you. Wonderful show. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Comrade Paddy. Yeah, Comrade Zama, the microphone is yours. Please enlighten the Amazonian people on what they should do on the upcoming events?
Well, the 11th February is a non-event to us. For 6 years now, we've been doing what we ought to do as a nation. 11th of February is not any date that's of particular significance to us as Amazonians. Anybody who is gathering to march past anywhere is doing that at their own peril. It will be considered an affront to the Amazonian people, because 11th February was one of those days where they used to for the plebiscite, and it's the day that we were sold. It's a day that we were redeemed by the sinful Republic of Cameroon. We are not going to be celebrating that. We should be mourning that, and that's exactly what we'll be doing, and that's exactly what we've been doing for the last 5 or 6 years. This year is not going to be anything different. Any person who is going out there is going out there on their own peril. Regarding the mountain race, yes, we have people who are coming from out of the country. We've made this thing known to them that there's a war going on in our region. It will be a pity if somebody who is traveling to Amazonia for their first time is killed by a stray bullet because they are stubborn, because they want to show off their ability to climb up the mountain. This is not one mountain that you should be climbing right now. It is as treacherous as the Mount Everest. It's very treacherous in the sense that you'll be going up against so many obstacles, and the Cameroon government can shoot you, or the enemies can shoot you. We are trying not to have a confrontation with citizens from other countries in our country. So we are asking all international people who are coming to run this race to stay away from this race. This is one last plea that we are giving. We are asking our citizens to avoid gathering in places for more than 5 or 10 people. During this time frame, we'll have a very active force. There'll be people who will be planning to loot. There'll be people who will be planning to kidnap, and a lot of public soldiers are very good at it. They disguise themselves and wear clothes like us and civilians, and they kidnap people, and they'll try to say it's Amazonian army or Amazonian soldiers. We don't kidnap people. We will fight the enemy as we see them fit. And if you come across on a crossfire, you could be dead. It's a pity that a race will kill you. So we are asking for many of our people, many of our supporters, and many of our people who are coming from abroad, stay away from Mount Cameroon Race 2023. Thank you.
SOS Zaman. I think we were running out of time. At this point, I will be calling on Comrade Paul to talk to us about the charade, whatever happened in Canada. We've seen people backtracking. Those that have been sending out communiques denouncing whatever they went and negotiated behind the scenes, saying that they should be. There's a lot that had been going on in the background. The Amazonian people deserve to know, and what it will take for us to keep on the course that we are already on. Comrade Paul, can you enlighten our people?
Yes. I don't know. It's an echo. I hope you see me.
No.
Going. You are not. Are you getting me?
No. Your microphone, I think there is a problem with it. Can you try again, please?
Are you getting me now?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, the issue concerning Canada is we don't need to be labeled. We don't need to be labeled at home. I think SOS Zama spoke at length last Saturday, and we saw the subsequent disgrace. Now the irony is that the same people who are calling for unity in Canada are the same people who fought tooth and nail to destroy the Swiss-led process. The Swiss-led process today they are using. I hear they are using the Pope endorsed I want to remind Amazonians that not only Vatican endorsed the Swiss stop, virtually all international organizations did endorse the Swiss stop. But guess who were behind? Same Ayaba who is talking about Canada and negotiation is the first person who put a nail John Bakatoro because he could not travel to Swiss was against the Swissless process. But today, where are they standing? They are talking about unity. They have no morale to talk about unity. They have no morale. If they want to talk about unity, let them regroup and come under Team Act as it was before. Canada, they have proven to us that they have nothing to offer apart from their Quebecan federation. That is what is on the table. La République publicly tell the world that we did not send Canada to negotiate, to stand for us, to talk for us. You know, that is what Amazonians have been going through for the past 60 years or 40 years. They have been lying to the international community that they are struggling to put us in a better position. They are struggling to do national integration. Those are damage. So, please, there is nothing in Canada and there will be nothing in Canada. What we have to do is intensify the war on the ground and tell her we are still waiting for you in Swiss. In Switzerland, at least you even officially withdrew. You told the world that you are going out of Canada, out of Switzerland. But in Canada, you never even mandated Canada to talk on your behalf. That is the difference. Just like what I think Willie said, that we are going to sit in Switzerland as two governments, the government of the Republic and the interim government. They put their green, red, yellow, we put our blue and white. We discuss our terms of separation, government to government. So whatever has happened in Canada will teach those people who are talking about unity that they have no morals. Now, before I know we are already late, but before we run up, please, I had a small a talk to bring up. I made an audio within a week concerning no pity in relation to that video, his recent video that he made. I'm still using this slide to tell pity that you lie to the Amazonian people, that this interim government, that Tunja County never supported you after they gave you huge sum of money. You abandoned the cause. You started your so-called unity warrior, which ended only in Gui. After destroying the unity, the power, the strength of the warrior, you killed. I'll tell you only that you orchestrated the killing of.
What are you doing?
FMOSOD.
Stop doing all that.
Leadership was only gathering people, and you never knew that it was not only gathering, maintaining. Today you have become a shadow of yourself. May his soul rest in peace. If you look at Field Marshal the King, when he left the interim government, he became a shadow of himself. So no pity. Apologize to Ngokututia County. Apologize to the interim government, and you come back home. I will still tell you this, because your recent video is a shame and a disgrace to those who know what you have been doing, who you were. So please, I have sent you that message. Sit and you reflect. The Amazonian people still hold you in high esteem. I want to inform you that the so-called unity warrior have scattered. They have come back home. They are under Major General Tok Andu as the major commander of the Bui warrior. They pay allegiance to the interim government. It is never too late. It is never too late. It was always no pity life, no pity life, no pity life. But since you left the interim government, we have never had no pity life again. So please, I still reiterate my advice. Apologize and come back home. Thank you, Mr. Kerry.
Yeah, thank you, Comrade Paul. We have seen the actions of No Pity recently. There is just one thing we can say. He was a good soldier. He did a good job from the get-go. Somewhere along the line, maybe it happened that he was fooled by a few, maybe some people that were abroad, or maybe he became power drunk. We are still calling on him that the door is not yet closed. He can come back and work with this interim government if he's so willing. Those that were with him, as you rightly said, they have made their way back to their interim government, knowing fully well that there were never any structures put in place to support them by those that were deceiving them to leave this the interim government. So we are still expecting that somewhere down the line, he'll realize himself, stand up, and walk right in to continue the fight for our liberation. Commander Fumbert, I'll be coming to you on this. We have seen we've been in this fight for long. La Republic has done everything possible to break us, but the unity we have is unwavering. They've done everything to break our resolve, but it hasn't worked. At this point, I would like you to step in and talk to our people. Tell them what it takes. Tell them what we should do to stay together. Tell them how we've been bonding all along, and nothing can break our resolve. Can you come in and give us a word on that, Commander Fumbert? And please, when you do that, just give your last word.
Okay, because the studio is calling us that.
Yeah, thank you.
When you do that, you just round up, please. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I think our people already know who we are. They already know that we are united in purpose, because all of us are for Boya. I just want to reiterate or reaffirm the fact that this living together can only happen under the structures of the interim government. Living together in your LGs and your county. There is no other magic except otherwise. But for now, because from going forward, I have not even dreamt or seen any other strategy that would beat this LGA by LGA, county by county. There is no strategy. If there was, Coopers would have come up with. Other surrogates, people, haters of this interim government would have brought that up. But for now, if we want to see Boya, please go to your LGA and go to your county. Make it stronger. Criticize in there. See where your money is going. And stop backbiting people. And stop hate speech. And stop jealousy. Because one of the things that is killing us is we are too jealous. Yeah, we are too. I was shocked to come over a video where Mark Barata was saying that they should attack Sako. These are people you think that they are comrades. These are people that I personally have sacrificed my days with them to see their projects come true, to see that they are successful in whatever they got me involved. Let us talk about the book launching that Mark Barata came here in the UK. How many days I spent with Mark Barata? I left my own job just to see that they succeed. They succeed. 5 days. 5. That is how dedicated a comrade could be. But I'm shocked that because of hate, jealousy, arrogance, I think that is also coupled with ignorance. Yes. Or is it this La Republique syndrome that is in us that we cannot even find time to realize, to reason, to know that our people actually are suffering on the ground? That we can only go to our LGA and form a stronger bond. It is only in your LGA and in your county that that bond can exist. Go in there and fight, because you are fighting because you need to build a solid base. This interim government has laid down principles and structures. If we all dedicate ourselves and follow those principles and structures, my brother, my sisters, my mom, my dad, my children, my nephew and my nieces, my uncles and my aunts, this journey, you know why the children of Israel took longer? If you calculate the distance from Egypt to where was it, where Canaan or Israel that they went? If you calculate the distance, it was a distance that would have been covered within days. But it took 40 years. Is it 40 years and 40 nights to cover that distance? Because each step of the way, they were doubting themselves. Each step of the way, they were fighting their leaders. And as you fight your leaders, as you fight your leader, God continues to show you that this, I am Lord. I am the King. It is me that is setting the pace. Because of this, you will suffer. This message is not only for diaspora, it is for home front. All these people that have been brainwashed at the home front. The fighters in some LGAs have turned against their own people in their LGAs. And they now speak to people they don't even know. Because they speak to somebody on the phone and that person can send you 100,000, 50,000. You don't even know. You have never seen, you have never heard of that person. And you neglect and refuse your own people. The people that will be there for you today, tomorrow. That's why some of our people are languishing in jail. In Kundengi, they have no support because your LGA has rejected you. When you were out there, you did not know them. Now you are languishing somewhere. That's where you start making phone calls and sending audios and claiming to know and to belong. But when you were there, you were a free man out there fighting, is it whether for La Republique or against La Republique, you did not know your people. If I want to go on and on, I can go on and on on this topic and we'll never stop. So because due to time constraint, I think I will stop here. Thank you very much.
But I think we don't have any more time. We just have to round out as soon as we can. We are going over to Commander Willie, Commissioner Willie, just to have a few closing remarks from you. Please, we would like the rest of the panelists to make it short. Commander Willie, there was something that we omitted somewhere along the line. There was a petrol station that we saw. Can you just throw, or that was being burnt somewhere in Manfi? Can you just throw a little bit of light on that, then you round up, please? Or just take about it, if you can take a minute.
Yes, the petrol station was burned in Manfi because the Cameroon army got frustrated that they were attacked at the head bridge. So out of that frustration, they went and burned the petrol station in Manfi. The reason for burning that, as they were saying in French, that one guy told me, one military person, he said the big bosses that are there in Yaoundé, they are sending them to come and die in a town where they don't belong. They are sending them in Manfi to come and die in a foreign land. So that's why they had to burn the gas station in Manfi. So that way, all those big bosses in Manfi, they were not able to have fuel for their car. They were not able to circulate again. That's their frustration. Now, before I round up, I have to bring this to the attention of the international community. International community, we the people of Ambazonia who find it insulting and very painful for you to address us as Northwest and Southwest. If you address us as Northwest and Southwest, we are not happy with that statement. It's just like you calling the white person a redneck, the black person a Negro. So whenever you address Ambazonians as Southwest and Northwest, we feel the pain, like you calling the white person a redneck or you calling a black person a Negro. So please stop to use this connotation. We as Ambazonians, we are a country, we are a people. Call us by our name, Ambazonia. That's how we want to be called. We do not want to be labeled as Southwest and Northwest. Those are the cardinal points of the windbreak. Number two, we often hear you tell us Ambazonia are not united. I want to bring this clean and clear to the international community. We are united under our local government area, headed by our local government chairpersons. We are united under our county, headed by our coordinators. We are united under the flag of Ambazonia. And at this time, we've chosen our president to be President Dr. Samuel Sako Ikome, who represents us. Now, I'll give you people this question. That's for the international community. When the following people come to you and talk about Ambazonia, you should ask them this question. Which LJ are you from? Or what LJ are you from? Or what county are you from? The following people are Mr. Anyangwe, Mr. Ayoktabe, Mr. Anu, Mr. Bobala, Mr. Akuru, Mr. Cho Ayaba, Mr. Akanga, and any other person that come to meet you in the international community that he or she is talking in terms of Ambazonia, ask them, which local government area you come from, or which county you come from. Because in European countries, in court or anywhere, they'll ask you, what is your district? What is your local government area? Or what county are you from? So at Ambazonia, we operate as county by county, local government by local government. So I think this will help you to find out the outliers. Those who say they don't belong to any county or any LGA are those who are deceiving the international community. They don't want to be responsible and accountable. Thank you, and may God bless you all.
Oh, thank you so much, Commissioner Willie. We are rounding. Yeah, we are rounding up the program. At this point, we know that Comrade Paul came in late, so we'll be handing the microphone to him to throw in a last word before we move over to the last person, SOS Zama. Comrade Paul, please.
Because of time, I will just tell Amazonians, be strong, be resolute. Boya, fine. Thank you.
Thank you. SOS Zama, the microphone is yours, please.
Yes, thank you very much. We are actually reminding all our viewers to remind all our supporters and all the citizens of Ambazonia that we are still at war. And this war requires funding. And this funding is not coming from anybody else but from Ambazonians. If we cannot fight for our freedom, if we cannot put our skin in the game, nobody else will. There's nobody else who wants to come in for Ambazonia. There's no Salvation Army coming out there to defend us. So we have to defend our parents. We have to defend our children. We have to offer services for displaced people. And we can only do that with the support from all the citizens of Ambazonia. So we are asking all our parents who are living back home and who have children in diaspora who are able but unwilling to subvent this struggle, to do so, to do their part, to contribute towards this fight. We are not fighting. Some of us will never go back to Ambazonia. Some of us will die before this war, before the independence is acquired. But that doesn't stop us from fighting. We have to understand that we have to live our life for others. Because, as I said earlier, for those parents who plant mango trees, guava trees, uh, uh, palm trees. Sometimes they are not the ones who harvest those fruits from those trees. They plant it for those to come. We have to plant a seed for those to come, and that seed for those to come is liberty. That seed is freedom. That seed is independence. And we are asking every individual to do their best to contribute towards this fight. We may have a rankling. Like he said before, a house without a quarrel is an empty house. We have a house that's full. We'll have those differences, but we have to go back to the drawing board and have all hands on deck. Thank you. We look forward to seeing you next week, and have a safe and peaceful week coming up. As soon as you hear those gunshots, please dive on the floor. That's the safest place when you hear those bullets. May God bless you. Thank you.
We want to thank those that were on our panel. We want to thank our technical team. I want to apologize for maybe a few glitches that we had at the beginning of the program, maybe a little bit of maybe videos, the information and all whatnot. This is your defense briefing. We'll only we'll strive to get better. We're asking you all to take good care of yourselves while you're out there. We'll do our best to always come here and present you with the best of information. Whatever is happening on the home front, we'll always make sure that we bring it and present it to you truthfully. At this point, we'll be signing out and asking you all, just like our SOS said, if you hear the gunshots, just make sure you go down. We want you all to be safe. We love you all. And lastly, I want to talk to, because we had, there was an audio that we sent out about somebody that was trying to extract money from his own brother that died. He was trying to go through our own ARFs. We want such individuals to know this revolution is not about extorting money. It's not about kidnapping. It's not about any of those things. We want you all to know that we are here for our civilians. Whatever is happening down there, please, we'll make in the future that there will be a hotline that will come up here when we're having a program. You people can call us, talk to us directly. Our civilians are our number one priority. Let our ARF stay and make sure that they take good care of them. If somebody should approach you telling you to stop somebody, just like what you did in this case, to collect money or ransom from him, call us, report it to us. For those that lost their loved ones, we are saying, Ashia, we condole with you, and please, we wish you all the best. It's rendezvous for next week, Saturday, same time, next week. Thank you.
IG Defense Briefing. Rebranded and reinvigorated. Fire for fire. IG Defense Briefing. Rebranded and reinvigorated. Fire for fire. IG Defense Briefing. Rebrand